Hi, everyone. I'm here with Virgil Christian, the USTA Director of College Tennis. And Virgil, we're seeing some really exciting tennis out there last night, this morning of Virginia. Tell me about some of the initiatives that the USTA has in college tennis right now.
Well, there was some exciting tennis last night. I mean, some very exciting tennis. I wish it was a little bit shorter and the excitement was a little bit compacted, but there was definitely some exciting tennis. I think one of our biggest initiatives with USTA is we so much believe in the product of college tennis, but we need to get it out there and we need to package it. And so how are we doing that? We're packaging the 10-week season and calling the special events, or the ones that we're going to choose, the 20 top events during the 10-week spring season, as College Match Day. And we're going to really promote those 10 weeks as a season in time for college tennis. So if you are a fan of college tennis, you think you might be a fan of college tennis, or maybe just a fan of a school, that hopefully you'll see your school out there playing, and hopefully you're going to see them playing on TV.
Today in our final, we have the University of Virginia, we have UCLA. They both had a match day this year. Tell us a little bit about their fans.
Well, you know, the Virginia fans have really, I mean, I've been in college tennis for almost 25 years, I guess, and I've really seen Virginia go from really a very low level to kind of the pinnacle of what's happening in college tennis, college fan appreciation, the experience, and really just as an athletic program. You know, John Oliver and the group there have done a just incredible job. Brian Boland, super job. They really are making it an event at Virginia, and that's what it needs to be in all the schools. It needs to be an event, it needs to be some spectator friendly, and it needs to be fun, and that's what they're doing in Virginia. Same with Billy Martin and his team out at UCLA. We did a college match day this year when they played USC. Outstanding crowd of 1,800 people. People were yelling, and screaming, clapping, and enjoying themselves, and saying, and really leaving there saying, "This is college tennis. This is a great game."
So you're talking about a shorter format. What is your format of choice?
Well, I mean, we definitely have to shorten it, and I think the couple things that are being talked about is we got to get to 2.5 hours, and I think in order to get on TV, we have to have it to be shorter. We can't be having a 5-hour match, but more than that, Scott, it's not the length of the match; it's the of not knowing. It could be 2, it could be 5. That is not a good product for the media. It's really not a good product for the fans. So let's put that on the table too. I do think the only way to get to that point is a simultaneous format. And I love to hear other opinions about it, but if we step back and say, let's create college tennis today, what would it look like? And if we talk to athletic directors, they're going to say, you know, it's probably just going to have to be straight across. Start it, singles, doubles, some combination, but play the match 2.5 hours. And then I think it becomes something really fun, really exciting. And honestly, for player development, for the next pros or the next folks to win the U.S. Open, you start playing in front of 4,000 or 5,000 people on TV, you get better. And so I think that will happen. So.
And how can the coaches make a difference in this movement? Obviously, you talked about Brian Boland and the crowds that he's created, and just the on-court coaching, because obviously the USTA is involved with promoting and player development. So, what's the role of the coach in this initiative?
Well, I mean, in a sense, they own the game. I mean, they're there for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. It's their program in a way. They're hired by the athletic director or the president, but you know, this is their product. I mean, a lot of them are starting to realize that, I believe. I mean, they're very busy. They're doing other things, but I think they're now realizing, wait, you know, this is my future, and we're starting to see that. And I just, the ownership issue, I think, is you own this match. You have 12 home matches, 15 home matches, whatever it is. You own those matches. Let's make that important. That's very important. Let's make that match an event, not what's going to happen next. Make that event special. The second thing, Scott, is we want to promote the coach, because the coach is going to be there, and there's a great story to be told. You know, how do they recruit? How do they coach? What were they as a player? Where are they from? That story is a beautiful narrative that we can tell this year, next year, and 10 years from now. And then, of course, like any big sporting event, we got to talk about venues. You know, let's make sure we have a venue where we can play, where people can sit, and where they can watch a match, where we can put it on TV, where spectators know where to go, and where it feels like, hey, I'm going to an event. So that's really where our focus is on the USTA. We just want to see the game grow. We know we're sitting on something very special. We're not us sitting on it, but we know that it is very special. We want to just encourage it down the road, whether it's the format change. Again, something has to be done at this point. We can't have a 2 to 5 hour gap and not know. 5-1 probably will work. 4-2 may work. Shortening 3-6, I don't know if you can actually shorten enough where it becomes a real tennis match. But the coaches need to lead that way.
Last question, and you talked about facilities. What is the ideal facility? I mean, we're seeing blue on blue courts here. We've obviously got great lights. We've got 6 in a row. How do you go about with the design of the facilities now and in the future?
Yeah, we do designing. We've designed probably over 80 collegiate facilities, and I think the best is 6 across. That's what the coaches need. That's what the coaches want. They have to have lighting capability to run TV cameras, and there's certain lighting levels they should have. And so, as a coach is looking to expand a facility, they need to look at that. The court color, great question. I mean, the reason why the U.S. Open courts are U.S. Open blue is because TV said that is a very attractive product to put on TV. So I think we have to really look at that. There's some colors that don't come across too well on TV through the media. That has to go away. And then we have to just control the environment and make it a spectator-friendly venue. And this is something new for some of the coaches, but a lot of the coaches are doing that right now. They're looking into that. They're doing the design, and they're raising the money. And they're going to have a place that has great lights for TV, camera placement so they can get their matches on, whether it's an ESPN tennis channel or conference cable or whatever it may be. They're ready for it. So that's what's exciting. Some of the schools are really getting ready for that. So.
Thank you, Virgil.